Hello, easily distracted, and welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hello, Pretty and Camo. Okie dokie. Sarah. How are we all doing? Do we all have a great weekend? Hope so. Hope your weekend was filled with love and joy. Hi, Kathy. Welcome to the stream. Cindy, Cheryl, welcome. Fun trivia night. Now we are playing crime trivia tonight. Hello from Maryland. MD, right? That's Maryland. It's a crying shame. Welcome. Deneen, welcome to the stream. Put my glasses on so I can actually. There, that's a lot better. Sweet Dixie, welcome. From Delaware. Hello. Hi, Reichardt. Welcome to the stream. Brooks, welcome. I'm waiting for my grandson to come out of Walmart. LOL. Just happened to glance, and whoopee, it's the fun crowd. Well, Cheetos. My mother-in-law got this for me. It actually came with the T-shirt, a collectible, like, I don't know what you really call it. It's not a tapestry per se because it's smaller than that, but it's like you can put it in a frame, I guess. It's really neat. Yeah. What else was in there? There was a keychain. This was like a kind of like a gift package of nothing but Cheeto stuff. Really cool. I'm glad you caught me live. Checking convictions. Hello, Linda. Hello. Hello, Sarah. Well, evening. We had an okay weekend getting over cold. Oh, yeah. I'm lucky. I've avoided the cold or a flu so far. Knock on wood. Chester Cheetah. Hello, James Taylor. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today, James? Linda, well, my family's doing well. It's extremely windy right now. Right now outside, I think it's sustaining at 17, but with gusts up to 24. Oh, can't really do much about the weather. One sneeze and you're marked with COVID looks. Yeah, well, this is allergy season for me. Locally here, we have Russian olive trees, and it's terrible. But I'm allergic to Russian olives that congest me up, and it's just not good. It is so warm, weird, cold as you know, last night, tonight, warm, LOL, Minnesota weather. Yeah. All too familiar with it. My allergies are horrible right now, too. Carpe diem, welcome to the stream. Judy, welcome. All right. So let's play some trivia, everybody. Now, each question it's either A, B, C, or D. Some of them only have A, B, or C. Some of them only have A and B, but they're all multiple choice. These are crime trivia questions. So the first question is about Madeleine McCann. What is Madeleine McCann's mother and father's name? A, Kathy and Gary. B, Robert and Esther. C, Tom and Jess. Or D, Kate and Jerry. Jerry. A, B, or C? Or D? Madeleine McCann's parents. What are their names? Katie and Gary, Rob and Esther, Tom and Jess, or Kate and Jerry? A, B, C, or D? D, 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 C, C, C. It looks like D seems to be a popular one. Guess 100. 100. I'll take Madeleine McCann for 100, please, Alex. I haven't seen an episode of Jeopardy yet since Alex, died. I hear that they're having like different guests or something like that are hosting the show. I haven't seen it yet, though. Let's see, we got some. All right, Victoria, welcome to the stream. We are playing crime trivia. The first question is, what are Madeleine McCann's parents' names? A, Katie and Gary. B, Rob and Esther. C, Tom and Jess. Or D, Kate and Jerry. Gary. I don't know why I want to say Jerry when it's a G. I'll learn to read tonight sometime. Dr. Oz. Welcome to the stream, Cheryl. Patricia. Hope I didn't miss anybody else. Juju Positive. Hello, Juju. D. C. Tom and Jerry. Well, it looks like D is a popular answer. And if you guessed D, you guessed correct. D was the correct answer for that one. All right. Next question. How many people did the confession killer say he murdered? The confession killer. 10, A, 10, B, 40, C, 100, D, 250, or E. This one has an E as 600 plus. How many people did the confession killer say he killed? 10, 40, 100, 250, or 600 plus? Mickey and Minnie. Patricia Daly's going with 250. Got quite a few people are guessing Oh, you're all over the place. D, E, B, C. Hmm. D, C. Chris Watts. A, but thought he said 11. 10, 40, 100, 250, or 600 plus. How many people did the confession killer say he killed? Linda is going with 300 plus. I'll tell you the truth. When I was researching this and looking into these trivia questions, and I ran across his confession to how many murders. Yeah, the first time when he was in the police department and he was confessing to his murders, he was there for 14 hours. And in the 14 hours he was there, he never stopped talking. The only time he ever stopped was to have a cup of coffee, and he confessed while he was drinking the coffee. He just wouldn't shut the hell up. I can't believe it. That had to take some serious stamina from the police. I mean, can you imagine sitting there for 14 hours listening to some psychopath just drone on about their life? I mean, you want to solve the cases, right? It's a lot of victims, regardless of the answer. It is absolutely true, Juju. A lot. And the correct answer for that trivia question was 600 plus. He confessed to killing over 600 plus people. Why did he decide to confess? I don't know much about the case. I'm not sure why he confessed to 600 plus. They've never come anywhere near that many victims that they have found, but he confessed to it. But next question. What is the name of the daughter abducted in plain sight? If you've never read Plain Sight or seen the movie In Plain Sight, what is the name of the daughter? A, Jan, B, Ruby, C, Jenny, or D, Rose? A, B, C, or D? Jan, Ruby, Jenny, or Rose? Must have been only 11 that were proven, or I'm confused. That might be James. There may be a total of 11 victims that they have found. I know it's nowhere near the 600 plus that he confessed to. He confessed to murdering people that nobody has ever reported missing. So, and I know that was like the first 4 confessions that he gave up to the police that he talked about and told them how he did it. Those people were never reported missing by anyone. So the police had nowhere to go on, but they were able to actually confirm of the first 4 confessions. The first victim, he told them exactly where he did it and everything about it, and then he gave them enough details to actually lead them to a body that nobody knew was actually murdered. But nobody reported that person missing. They found, obviously, from his confession in details, he led them to the body. So the police started looking at it like, well, Jesus, if nobody's reported this person missing, how many of these 600, whatever the number was, that he confessed to, how many of them are real? Don't know. But what was the name of the daughter in plain sight? A, Jan, B, Ruby, C, Jenny, or D, Rose? Guessing A. Cheryl is guessing A. We have right card D, Ruby. Brooke is going with D. Pretty Camo is going with D. Jenny, Jan, A, Jan. His buddy Otis killed the Walsh boy. Was that Otis? John Walsh's son? Where did they kidnap him from? Was it a mall or a store, something like that? Yeah. I miss watching America's Most Wanted. I used to watch America's Most Wanted. I almost never missed it. And whenever I couldn't be home to actually watch it live on TV, I would. We used to have. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but they had a system that was called TiVo. You could basically record live television on a memory for it. We used to have a TiVo system. I don't even know if they still have TiVo out there or not. It was a great show. John List was definitely on there. Sears store in Florida. Oh, awful. Oh. Connor, how are you? I'm doing good. Connor, how are you? Welcome to the stream. It's back on Fox, America's Most Wanted. Is it hosted by John Walsh? Cheryl, you remember TiVo? Yeah. Yeah, we had it for a while. But the cable provider, we had Hughes cable network, but they closed up shop and they're no longer a service provider in our area. It's now Spectrum, Charter, same company. Whenever their reputation gets down in the toilet and people start screaming they hate them, they just changed their name. But Charter, Spectrum is the only provider in our area for cable television. In your opinion, what are some possible motives for the grocery store guy who killed 10 people days before the 3 salons, and a couple of days before the 3 salons where people were shot? James Taylor, in my opinion, what are some of the possible motives for the grocery store killer? Well, first off, it's just completely off the subject of the trivia, but he obviously was having a mental health episode. And the part that really upsets me is his sister and his family knew he was in weeks leading up to it, and then he goes out and buys the AR-15 that he bought. I believe it was an AR-15. I'm not totally sure if that's correct or not. That's just what they've been reporting in the media. But that he bought that 6 days prior, along with the magazines for it and everything else. But it just makes me wonder, if you knew that somebody in your family was having a manic episode, was in fear of their life, heard voices and saw people who weren't there, and was delusional, believing that people have been following him since high school, you might want to tell somebody, hey, you know what? Maybe he shouldn't have any weapons at all. I don't know. Motive, though, it's hard to say what the motive of somebody who's mentally ill, could be. But back to the trivia question: what is the daughter of who was abducted in plain sight? If you guessed A, Jan, you were correct. Well, yeah, Linda, I totally agree. I'm a firm protector of the Second Amendment, but there are some people out there that shouldn't have any type of weapon at all if they are mentally ill. And I think everybody can agree. It doesn't matter where you are on, the high button, hot topic button, whatever you want to call it, issue of, gun control or owning firearms. I think we can all agree if you're mentally ill and you're you're at risk of harming yourself or others, you shouldn't have a weapon, any weapon. You shouldn't even own a baseball bat or a knife. But the family didn't say anything. That's a completely different thing. But all right, I'm sure that you'll nail this one right off the bat there, Linda. What state, Linda, is Stephen Avery from? A, Michigan, B, Texas, C, Wisconsin. A, B, or C? Your daughter was like the schizophrenic and bipolar, I think, but couldn't get her help for her because she was an adult. I'm sorry. What state is Stephen Avery from? A, Michigan, B, Texas, or C, Wisconsin? If you guys haven't checked out Linda's channel, checking corrections, checking convictions. I'm going to get it right. You need to go check out Linda's channel, checking convictions. New Jersey. New Jersey isn't even an option. A, Michigan, B, Texas, or C, Wisconsin. Where is Stephen Avery from? I think I've had too much water. Canada. Nope. Canada is not an option either. He wasn't from Canada. New Jersey, never an option. I know. That's where my wife's stepfather, his family, they all lived in New Jersey, and they are all part of the. Well, I wouldn't say that they're all part of the Jersey mob, but they were connected. And then they all moved out to Las Vegas, and they lived in Vegas, where they all eventually ended up retiring and passing away. Ding dong, winner. Well, the correct answer for where is Stephen Avery from? The correct answer is C, Wisconsin. Yep. Manitowoc. Manitowoc, Wisconsin. Apparently, my wife just texted me that our podcast episode today never got uploaded. I don't know how that's possible. It's on there. She's just looking at it. She's obviously on her computer in the house. She's clicking on the wrong thing. Two Rivers. Who's it? Charlie Brevin, who does the Manitowoc Minute. I get such a kick out of him. That's a YouTube channel, in case you guys are wondering. Not really. Okie dokie. Yeah. I saw it started, but it didn't have a chance to finish. What she's clicking on, my wife is clicking on, is she's looking at the videos. She has to click on the dashboard. She has to click on the live. She's just looking at what episode's there. It's on there. But all right. Next question. Which of these serial killers was an actual doctor? An actual doctor. Which of these serial killers was an actual doctor? A. Harold Shipman. B. Ian Brady. Or C. Peter Sutcliffe. I am all tongue-tied today. A. Harold Shipman. B. Ian Brady. Or C. Peter Sutcliffe. Which one was an actual real doctor? A, C, A, B, Ian Brady. I didn't actually know that, the answer to this one. I didn't. I know about the case, and the victims, but I didn't know that this person was an actual doctor. That's the honest to God truth. I did not know. Wait, there's a Yorkshire killer, right? Yes, there is. Well, Yorkshire strangler, Yorkshire murder killer. I'm sure there's a killer there as well, but there's a Yorkshire strangler. At least it comes to mind. The cases that were the Yorkshire strangler, the murderer who killed people by strangling them. UK killer. I don't know if there was anybody that they called the UK killer. There was a North End killer who lived in the North End of London. Dr. Jekyll, yeah. C is my guess, but I think he's the Yorkshire killer. No, I'm making the guy that killed them with a hammer, usually. Jack the Ripper. The doctor killed more people than history, correct? Well, when it comes to actual homicide, medical mistakes kill more people than any serial killer could ever hope for. Next is side effects from pharmaceuticals. Number one, number two, are ahead of health conditions that kill people. Over the years, Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Boston Strangler. So which one of these serial killers was an actual doctor? A, Harold Shipman, B, Ian Brady, or C, Peter Sutcliffe? The correct answer was A, Harold Shipman. Harold Shipman was an actual doctor. And on top of that, little side note, Harold Shipman actually graduated the top of his class. He was number 2 in his medical understudy, and for the testing to pass his final exams. He was number 2 in his school. Shipman. So the next one, there are 5 possible answers. A, B, C, D, and E. A, B, C, D, E. All right. What is the name of the sick son of a... What is the name of the sick son of a beep who was the focus of the Netflix special Don't F with Cats? A, Luke, B, Lucas, C, Leon, D, Luca, or E, Logan? Netflix don't fuck with cats. Sorry for having to say it, but that's the name of the Netflix special. Who was the focus of that? A, B, C, D, or E? Luke, Lucas, Leon, Luca, or Logan? I Rage, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Nothing like humility to make a person stand out. LOL. Yeah. Doesn't a prestigious college have a killer as the head? If B, psychology right now? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. It's a crying shame. Sorry. Don't know. Jetta's mom is going with Luca. And welcome to the stream, Jetta's mom. Sorry if I missed you earlier. Never watched Don't F with Cats. I never even heard of it, and I was reading these questions off to see if my wife knew them, and she actually heard of this case, Don't F with Cats. She actually heard of this case, and she's not one that follows serial killers, or crime trivia, or or is interested in so crime fiction or true crime fiction. She used to read a lot of like murder mystery books. She read Anne Rule, Anne Rice, stuff like that. Horrible little guy. You're going. Luca is. So I Rage is going with Luca. So the options for who was the focus of the Netflix special Don't Fuck with Cats? A, Luke, B, Lucas, C, Leon, D, Luca, or E, Logan? Yeah. From Web Sleuths. That's an actual website. If you're interested in true crime, I highly suggest you go join the website, Web Sleuths. You can find me on there. I'm on there a lot, but I don't use 411 now. I use my actual name. Hi, Interpeas. Welcome to the stream. Sup, Inner? Sandra S. He sent home body parts to the Prime Minister's office. Wow. Ooh. Hello, RRH. Welcome to the stream. So this question is, the focus of the Netflix special, Don't Fuck with Cats. Who was it? Who was the focus of it? A, Luke, B, Lucas, C, Leon, D, Luca, or E, Logan? Luke Skywalker. Yeah, inner peace. Linda changed her screen name in case you're not familiar with it. It's Checking Convictions. That's Linda, from Linda K's listening. Linda from Minnesota. Norm, welcome to the stream, Norm. Oh, you know the whole name. It's a crying shame. I destroyed that last name. Okay. So the correct answer was D. So exotic. All right, next question. What were the McCain's, were Madeline McCain's parents, what type of food were the McCains out eating the night that she disappeared? Madeline McCain's parents. What type of food were they out eating while when their daughter supposedly disappeared? Was it A, a pizza, B, Italian, or C, Chinese, or D, were they at an all-you-can-eat buffet? A, pizza, B, Italian, C, Chinese, or D, all-you-can-eat buffet. What type of food were the McCains eating the night Madeline disappeared? I still can't believe I don't believe her parents. And I think there's holes in their story, the McCain story. And on top of that, I couldn't imagine putting my child to sleep and then not having a babysitter for him and just walking out and going in and enjoying myself and having a cocktail and eating dinner. It's so irresponsible. I just can't. Why anybody would ever do something like that? You think they're guilty? And in a foreign country too, right? You heard the McCains are reptilian, reptilians. I actually, what the hell were we watching the other night? Me and my wife were watching a. Oh, it was about some cult. I can't remember the cult's name is, but they believe that 25% of all the people in the world are reptilian. They really believe this. But maybe they are. I don't know. I don't have any evidence to prove that there are reptilian people, but guess don't have evidence to prove that there are not reptilian people either. So Sandra S asking for trouble. You don't think you've peed alone in 10 years? You got children? That's what it feels like for me here. Every time I try to go to the bathroom, my son is like attached to my hip. I'm like, I just want to use the bathroom. Either that, or if I close the door and I actually get in there before him, I'll see little fingers underneath the doorway like this. But all you can eat, I rage. Maybe it's 50%. LOL. Well, maybe evil. I don't know. All right. The correct answer for that was B, Italian, but it says Italian tapas? Tapas? Is that how you pronounce it? Tapas? I don't know what that is. Whatever that is. But that is the correct answer. B. Can somebody tell me what a tapas is? Tapas. I think that's how you pronounce it. Tapas? I don't even know what they are. I really don't. Tapas means all you can eat. Is that so? Why was an all you can eat buffet option? I don't know. Tapas are an appetizer, yeah. For what I gather, but I don't understand what they are. Is it like something that's rolled in dough? For the dogphology. Small amounts of food, like appetizers. Oh, okay. Well, I tried looking up the different ones online, and they varied. There was some of the recipes that I found that looked like things that you would put on like crackers, or as an hors d'oeuvre. And other ones were wrapped up in like falafel, not falafel. No, it's that really flaky pastry. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I found a whole bunch when I put it into the Google search. It came up with like a million different ones. There wasn't like one set answer for it. I was hoping maybe somebody else knew, exactly what it is. I've lived in Spain a few times. Jet's mom. That's cool. Never heard of Italian tapas. Well, I've never heard of it either. Falafel dough. That's what I'm thinking of. The really fine pastry stuff. But I've never even heard of it before. That's the truth. I didn't know what it was. Okay. I'm sure somebody's gonna, or all of you are gonna get this one. This one only has 3 options. What is the name of the Netflix special that is focused on true crime? What is the name of the Netflix series that focuses on true crime? A, Big Crime Cases. B, Cold Case Files. Or C, Unanswered Crime Stories. What is Netflix series that focuses on true crime called? Yeah, that's true. Okie dokie. B, 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 B. Cold Case Files. RRH. You don't watch it since they took The Office off of there? Phyllo Pastry? Could be that. Well, they showed a series of pictures of what this thing was supposed to look like. It was supposed to be like a triangle, all right? You put the stuff in it, and then it showed how you press down the corners with a fork, and then you cut it in half, and you serve them, and you cut the triangle in half to make 2 smaller triangles after you cooked it. For this one appetizer that I looked up, that was tapas, TAPAS, but you cut it in half, and it showed like that flaky crust of like pastry. I can't remember what it was called. I mean, I guess I could have wrote it down, but I was just trying to quickly look it up to see what they were called, and I couldn't find one recipe that was just that. There was all over the place, so it must be a name for a type of cooking or type of food. I don't know. Let's see here. I didn't know that they took The Office off of Netflix. I'll follow the crowd. B. Had the best in Portugal. Hello, Sunshine. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Sunshine. Phyllo Pastry. And apparently, from what I understand, is that comes from all over the Mediterranean. There is no one area that is that claims the fame. When it comes to tapas, is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But they're Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greek. They're from all over. I think it's kind of like people think that certain things they associate are Chinese food. I know like General Tso's, it's not Chinese. Do I think Avery is guilty? No. I don't think. Well, I already know what her answer is. Pretty sure I know. You think Avery's guilty? I rage. Yeah, I was pretty sure I knew what Linda's answer was. So which of these is Netflix series that focuses on true crime? A lot of people were guessing Cold Case Files B, and you would be correct. But bonus question, do you know where Cold Case Files started? Before it became a Netflix special, it was on a completely different network. HLN, A&E, ID channel, Canada, pretty camel. Canada? Could be Canada. Could be in Canada TV. No clue. Canada. ID network. Well, ID network is the correct, or network ID channel is the correct one, or Court TV, same thing, same network. They just have different, depending on where you live in the world. You may not even have the ID channel. You might have just Court TV or CTV. That's how it actually shows up here where I live on our cable provider. It shows up as CTV. It does not even Court TV, just CTV. That's how it shows up. Don't watch crime docs because they pick and choose what to leave out. Yeah, that's true. A&E. Yeah. All right. So next question. What is The Keepers about? The Keepers. In quotes, The Keepers. About dolls, A, B, clowns, C, nuns, or D, witches. The Keepers. What is The Keepers about? Rykart, you're on a roll. All right, let's see if you get this one, Rykart. The Keepers. What is The Keepers about? And that's in quotes. The Keepers is in quotes. What is it about? A, dolls, B, clowns, C, nuns, or D, witches. Clowns scare the bleep out of you. I don't know. I used to not be leery or scared of clowns until I started reading about John Wayne Gacy and some of the things that he used to do as a clown, dressed up like a clown. Yeah, that'll make you look at clowns in a completely different way. No idea. A bunch of people are guessing C. Clowns are scary. No idea. Nuns. I'll say RH says witches. Smoke them if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. I have no way of turning this camera off. I can't turn it off on the computer because I have so many windows open. I can't turn the camera off on the screen. Includes interviews with Gacy. Oh geez, clowns are scare me too. Cheryl B. Clowns scare you. Witches. Yikes. Good idea. There's like an island somewhere. I can't remember. I think it's off the coast of the Carolinas or something. They call it the Island of Dolls. I think it's off the East Coast someplace. That could be wrong. It may not be off the Carolinas. I'm adding to popcorn every turn while I inhale a bowl. You're from Salem? That's cool. I don't think I've ever been to Salem, Massachusetts. I've been to Massachusetts. I don't think I've ever been to Salem, though. Over 18 in here. Smoke them if you want them. Which Salem? Well, I assumed that she was talking about Salem, Massachusetts. Yeah, ventriloquist dolls are freaky. Ventriloquism in itself scares me. Nothing wrong with it if you're into it. Don't get mad at me. Don't send me hate mail. I just ventriloquism in itself kind of freaks me out. You're from your mama. Mexico is a man who started a creepy doll collection. Good evening, Renee. Welcome to the stream. Orlando, Florida. I've been to Orlando. I haven't been there probably about 10 years, but I've been to Orlando. My uncle used to live in the Florida Keys. I used to go down and visit him every once in a while. Man would lose his house every couple of years because of tornado, the hurricane season every couple of years, and he just rebuild it again and rebuild it again. It was just kind of normal for him. I never understood him, but he finally ended up moving. I think last time I heard from him, it's been a couple of years now. I think he moved to, I want to say it's off the coast of Canada, Vashon Island or someplace up that way. Mexico is a country, not a man. I don't know. I met somebody who his nickname was Little Mexico. All right, the Keepers. What is the Keepers about? A, dolls. B, clowns. C, nuns. Or D, witches. The correct answer is C, nuns. I mean D, nuns. A, B, or C, or D. Whatever. Frickin' it was nuns. I just got back from there. Went to Miami, to St. Augustine Beach, then to the Keys, and had a blast. That's cool. I used to love going down there and hanging out with them. And we'd go snorkeling. It's fun. I had a lot of fun down there. But I haven't heard from him in a couple of years. He kind of he's a homebody. Doesn't really get out and do much. I think he's got to be in his mid-60s now. D was D, nuns. Yeah. Whichever one it was nuns. That's the correct answer. All right. Next one. Sure, quite a few people get this one too. What was Aaron Hernandez? What was Aaron Hernandez famous for? A, being an ice hockey player, B, an NFL football player, or A, B, or C, an actor? What was Aaron Hernandez famous for? Ice hockey, NFL, or an actor? I think there's a Netflix special about him as well. I'm not entirely sure, but I know they were doing a documentary about him. I saw it, like the post come up on my Facebook feed. Oh, B seems to be popular. NFL. You watched it, Hello Sunshine? Was it good? You don't know it's a crying shame? You just know he's a murderer? A great big player. He had CT like Chris Bonet. Did he? I wasn't aware of that. I know why. I know he was a killer, and I know that he um, was unlike a lot of people who come into professional sports or whatever, kind of tipping the answer there. But they act like they're all hard, and tough, and they're a gangster. He really was. He really was a gangster. Little plates. I fell asleep watching OT. He was a bit crazy. Huh. Geez, you suck at this? I don't know. RH. Maybe you got this one. The correct answer. What was Aaron Hernandez famous for? Ice hockey, NFL, or an actor? The correct answer is B. He was an NFL player, tight end for the New England Patriots. Bailey. I love her makeup. True crime. Oh, Bailey. What was Bailey? It's a crime. Is that the name of her channel? You have to forgive me if I don't remember her channel. There are a lot of true crime channels that are out there where they're women who do makeup, or they're doing their makeup when they talk about true crime at the same time. There are more out there than you would believe. Bailey Saren, but does she actually go by her actual name? Is that the name of her YouTube channel? I mean, I've watched it. I'm not a subscriber to it, but I mean, there's a lot of channels out there that are like that I watch. I watch a lot of different types of channels, different content, because I'm trying to watch, and learn from how certain channels are packaging and putting together the information, and then I'm making like an outline, so it kind of helps me figure out. It's like, okay, they do this, they kind of put this teaser in the beginning of the video, and then you have to watch longer into the video to actually find out the information that they told you in the beginning of it. A lot of them do stuff like that, and the different multiple camera angles and lighting and stuff like that. I watched a lot of different channels to learn how people are doing things. It's a Crime is way better than Bailey. I watched It's a Crime channel. I've checked out that one. I think both of them though have a couple million subscribers each, don't they? Or at least 1 million plus. All right, next question. Which killer's teeth, all right, um, led to him being found guilty of murder? A. Jack the Ripper. B. The Yorkshire Ripper. Or C. Jeffrey Dahmer. D. Harold Shipman. Or E. Pedro Lopez. A, B, C, or D. Jack the Ripper, Yorkshire Ripper. Actually, I missed one. Hold on. Time out. I skipped one of the options. Jack the Ripper, Yorkshire Ripper, Jeffrey Dahmer, Harold Shipman, or Pedro Lopez. Make sure I get all 5 of them there. A, B, C, D, or E. Jack the Ripper, Yorkshire Ripper, Jeffrey Dahmer, Harold Shipman, or Pedro Lopez. Ted Bundy too. Did Ted Bundy's teeth lead to his conviction, or was it his confession? Don't know. Yes, definitely. Night Stalker. Night Stalker. I get so many of those confused. Michael West. Richard Ramirez was a Night Stalker. Yeah. Stephanie. Thank you, Cheryl. And that's pretty much what I gathered from all the different recipes that I read online, that I found, that came up on the Google search. Is they are just like a small appetizer, but I mean some of them they look like they served them on crackers, kind of like caviar, and other things that are like that. And then there was one that was like a cucumber, like a relish, I guess you could call it. But then there were other ones that were in a little pastries. I've never heard of it before in my life. Stephanie was literally convicted by the DNA teeth marks. She's not on the list though. So man, I didn't know that about Stephanie Larsa. She was a whack nut. Smaller than an appy, bigger than a moose. A moose touche. I don't know what that is. Just saying. RH. Well, thank you. So the answer to the last question, which the teeth helped convict this person, bite marks, teeth marks that led to the conviction of this person. The correct answer is Pedro Lopez. E. All right, next question. How many people died at the People's Temple at the hands of at the calling of Jim Jones? In case you don't remember who Jim Jones is, how many people at the People's Temple were killed? You're guessing C? I haven't even read the options yet. How many people died at the hands of Jim Jones? The options are A, 100 people, B, 250 people, C, excuse me, 750 people. Which one is it? A, B, or C? 100, 250, or 750 people? How many people died at the hands of Jim Jones? Oh, that's People's Temple stuff. Yep. The highest number I've said is C, 750 people. Over 750. Never drink the Kool-Aid, folks. It wasn't Kool-Aid. That's a misunderstanding. It was Flavor Aid. Jim Jones was so cheap, he wouldn't even spring for Kool-Aid. He bought Flavor Aid, the generic version of Kool-Aid. Yeah. There are still people who survived, who lived in California, who didn't go down there and die with the rest of the group, who still survive to this very day in California, who still follow the original doctrine of Jim Jones. They've just decided never to have one person be in charge of their People's Temple. Well, they don't. I don't think they even call themselves the People's Temple anymore. He spent plenty on his downers, though. Cheapskate. I think it was something like 500. The kids won't even drink it. What, Flavor Aid or Kool-Aid? My daughter has never been a fan of Kool-Aid either, or Flavor Aid. Neither one. A, B, or C? Well, we all know he was cheap. More than 900 people in the Jonestown Massacre, including some 300 who were under the age of 17. Age 17 or under. A, B, or C? The correct answer for how many people killed is C, over 750. Jim Jones and the People's Temple, Jonestown Massacre, happened in 1978. And I'm pretty sure that they don't. I don't know if. Okay, that totaled to 750 plus. I don't know if that includes the senator and his delegation that were murdered or not, or if they're just talking about just the members themselves of the church and the children and everyone else that was there. Because they didn't all die from drinking cyanide that was mixed in with Kool-Aid. Some people were shot, and I believe Jim Jones committed suicide himself by gunfire, shot himself. Heaven's Gate, that's Heaven's Gate cult in California. That was, I can picture that little freaks, of nature with his shaved head. Applewhite or something like that, wasn't it? The Heaven's Gate cult, I think his name was Applewhite. We are all drinking Kool-Aid now. Haley's Comet cult. That was the Heaven's Gate cult. They believed that their mothership was behind Haley's Comet, and that if they were the ship was coming to take them to another universe, kind of like what if you think about it, with Chad Dumbbell. He believes in the trance. You have to leave this body, and that certain people are zombies. You can't go to the next level until you've been released from this body that you're in now. Marshall Applegate. Is it Applegate? Well, I thought it was like Applewhite or something like that. But yeah. Yeah, he was a freak. So next question. For serial killers, the body count is always remembered. How many people did Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, actually kill? The options are A, 7, B, 14, C, 23, or D, 33. How many victims did Richard Ramirez actually kill? How many people? Reichardt, people look at these cults and they wonder, why people would join them. And they see the body count, 750 people, like, that died in the Jonestown Massacre. And how many people die for, in these cults like the Heaven's Gate cult and stuff like that. More people have died in the name of Christianity than any other. That's the honest truth. And the Christian, name of Christianity, more people have died in the name of Christianity than anything else. 7, 14, 23, or 33. How many people did Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, actually kill? Convicted of 13 murders. All religions kill. Human beings kill. That's just a fact. You know, we always find new ways to torture and kill each other. This is true. A lot of religions are listed as Christian. Egos kill. This is true. Hello, Sunshine. Melody D. Truth. Welcome, Melody. Michael Jones. Welcome, Michael Jones. If I didn't, greet you earlier, welcome to the stream. So the trivia question is Richard Ramirez. How many people did Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, actually kill? 7, 14, 23, or 33? A, B, C, or D? Guns don't kill people. Shocker, people kill people. I know, right? Don't need to go to church or religion to find God. That is true, right, Cart? Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew is going with 23. The correct answer is C. Convicted of far less than that, though. I don't know if it was 13 that he was convicted of, but they've been able to piece together that he actually killed 23. The 23 is the actual number. Chad Dumbbell. Oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to call him Dumbbell. Daybell. Oops, my mistake. I had a crush on the Night Stalker when I was a kid. LOL. I might have been a little weird. It's okay. He wasn't that. I mean, he slender, fairly attractive, individual. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, there are people who fall in love with people who are behind, who are convicted murderers, and they're behind bars that are never getting out. I'm sure everyone's going to get the next one if you've read up on or paid attention to true crime over the years. The son of Sam. Who did he get his orders from? The son of Sam. A, his mother. B, a cat. Or D, his neighbor's dog. A, B, or C, his mother, neighbor's cat, or C, his neighbor's dog. The son of Sam. Who did he get his orders from to kill? Neighbor's dog, neighbor's dog. D. Well, it's A, B, or C. There's no D. His mother, neighbor's cat, or a cat, or his neighbor's dog. A, B, or C. Dog. The cat, dog. C, dog. Neighbor's dog. Ugh. He's a fake schizophrenic. He lied to try to get off. Hmm. I have cats. They're evil. I got one cat that he's been neglected the entire his entire life until I got him. But he won't let anybody else near him. Whenever anybody else comes near him or tries to pet him, he runs off. But since I've had him, but I'm the only one that he'll allow to pick him up, pet him, feed him. I'm the only person that I guess he trusts. But other people have said that they believe that he's evil or a demon cat. So here, puppy, cute doggy, LOL. Whenever a dog barks, he felt the dog was giving him a message. That's what the FBI profiler said, anyways, that he was a fake schizophrenic. You change your mind to see. I rage. Have a good night. Thank you for stopping in. You have a terrific week coming up. The correct answer is C. A dog. His neighbor's dog. Son of Sam said that a dog gave him instructions on to kill. Yeah. All right. Next question is according to criminal profilers, serial killers are often able to even fool the police on their first interactions with them. Which of these killers which killer was able to convince the police to return one of his victims that had gotten away? A. Albert Fish. B. Caesar Marone. A. Albert Fish. B. Caesar Barone. Or C. Jake Bird. Or D. Jeffrey Dahmer was able to convince the police to return one of his victims that had gotten away. 14-3. You're killing it, right, Cart? We got Jeffrey Dahmer, B, Caesar Barone, D. I saw someone that said he never said that. Jeffrey, Jeffrey Dahmer, D. A, D, yes, that's true. Jeffrey Dahmer, poor guy. What do I win? Billy Jones? Hi, Billy Jones, and welcome to the stream. Which serial killer was able to convince the police to return one of his victims that had gotten away? A smile? Billy Jones? A smile? The satisfaction of knowing that you know more about sick, twisted individuals than other people. The correct answer is D, Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know. Okie dokie. I know the reason why the police returned him is because I think he was a Vietnamese or Laotian or something like that, and didn't speak any English. So they are very little English. So Jeffrey convinced them that they were just having like a lover's quarrel or something. I can't remember, but so the next question is, what was Albert DeSalvo's nickname? A, the Boston Ripper. B, the Boston Shadow. C, the Boston Strangler. Or D, the Boston Vampire. What was Albert DeSalvo's nickname? The Boston Ripper, the Boston Shadow, the Boston Strangler, or the Boston Vampire? Who killed Pepe Le Pew? I don't. Pepe Le Pew. I don't. His tail. Checking conviction. We got D D D D D D D D D D D D. The you think it's the Boston Vampire? A, the Boston Ripper. B, the Boston Shadow. C, the Boston Strangler. Or D, the Boston Vampire. Yeah, I got what you're saying, Nancy Drew. Cancel culture. I got the joke. My dog would never do that. Yeah. Surprised I haven't been canceled yet. Maybe it'll come. Who knows? I mean, I certainly get enough hate about other things. I just haven't been canceled yet. I better get this right. I'm from Salem, and my mom told us for years later that the Boston Strangler knocked on our door when our dad worked at night, and she called the police. Hello, sunshine. So I'm guessing you're going with C, the Boston Strangler, is what your guess is. Linda has no clue. Albert DeSalvo. Was he the Boston Ripper, the Boston Shadow, the Boston Strangler, or the Boston Vampire? I can see the answers in the reflection of your glasses. Okay. I haven't even clicked on it yet. But that'd be cool, though, if you could. Glowworm make change. The Boston Vampire. He came in like once a month, tipped everyone well. Jennifer Ann. Albert DeSalvo. You waited on the interstate killer when you were a waitress like 20 years ago? Wow, Jennifer Ann. That's scary. Busted. Albert DeSalvo. was the Boston Strangler. That a couple of those are just kind of funny. The Boston Vampire. No, it was the Boston Strangler. Wow, you got asked to be in a video with Prince when you were 28 years old, Linda? That is super cool. I've told people about this before, but if you go downtown Minneapolis, Linda, to the First Avenue 7th Street entry, which is across the street from the Greyhound bus depot. I know it's not the best part of town, but the First Avenue bar, you can on the wall they have like all these little circles of different names of different artists who've played there over the years, and Prince played there. I saw him with Apollonia. I can't remember what year that was, like 80, I don't know, 5, 84, something like that. I can't remember. It was I think it was, in my mind, it was the earlier mid, 80s, but I can't remember when he actually really became famous. I worked a taco truck off of Interstate 80. Always got a Green River. What is a Green River? Is that a drink? A pop and a killer and a killer? It's like Mountain Dew. Oh, okay. I've never heard of it. At least I'm not remembering it if I have. No, that's it for the trivia questions, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. I met Elmo at Sesame Street. Does that count? I don't really know any celebrities. I met Buffalo Bills, not Buffalo Bills, but the Broncos, Denver Broncos quarterback Elway. I met him and I didn't even know who he was. He thought that was the coolest thing that I didn't make a big deal about who he was. We just sat and talked about everything and nothing at the same time. I don't think sports ever came up though. Just sat and talked to him just like a normal person, and he thought it was the coolest thing that I didn't make it, a big deal about who he was. And I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you are. I really didn't. He was just sitting there, passing time, along with me from one point to another. But I don't know anybody famous personally. I've met people who are. Guy I went to high school with was on the Minnesota Twins World Series in what, 84, right? I can't remember what the first time the Twins won the World Series. He's actually listed on the roster for the World Series. He got a ring, but he only played a couple of years in Major League Baseball. But he actually, went to school here where I live today. I knew his father more than I knew him. His father taught shop and welding and stuff like that. You met John Candy in Toronto? That'd be cool as hell to have met John Candy. You're from the same city as Madonna? My grandpa hated her. She broke his window. Oh, that sucks. I love Minnesota. I have tons of family there. I have great Luke fish up there. I got family all over the state of Minnesota and Wisconsin. From Wisconsin all the way up from Great Lakes down, Minnesota, from International Falls all the way down to the Twin Cities and everywhere in between. Most of my family, that lives there, they never travel anywhere. They travel within their own state. They never go anywhere. They don't go on vacation to like Florida or anything at all. They just stay there. You live and were born in Minnesota. I was born in Prescott, Wisconsin, across the border from the Twin Cities in Wisconsin. Cheeseheads, yeah. But I lived there, and then I lived in the Twin Cities area. I lived in St. Louis Park, which is a suburb. Um, I lived there. I lived in Mankato, Bemidji, Little Falls, St. Cloud. And these are the places I've lived in Minnesota. Brainerd. Yeah, my grandfather had a farm in outside of Brainerd, Minnesota. My uncle had a farm outside of what the hell is it? It's up by North Dakota, the North Dakota border. I can't remember the name of the town though. Mankato, Little House. In Wyoming, the property values are skyrocketing. I don't know about that. I've been to Wyoming. It's pretty there. Would never want to be there in the wintertime. Especially in and around the Cheyenne, area. There's some pretty brutal winters there. Ever been to Rivers Falls? I'm not sure, Jennifer. Probably have. I mean, in my lifetime, in and around, Minnesota and Wisconsin, I've been all over the damn place, and visiting family or friends or vacationing. My uncle, who just passed away this past year, he used to back during the oil embargo, he was really smart, and he had a bunch of money that he had saved up, and during the oil embargo, gas stations were going out of business because, well, they didn't have any gasoline to sell. So he started buying up gas stations all over the state of Minnesota, Wisconsin, down Ohio, Illinois. He started buying gas stations up, and he went into a lease agreement with for the name for oh damn it, Sinclair gas stations. So the little green dinosaur. So they all became Sinclair gas stations. And he started opening up little convenience stores in the gas stations. So they sold more than just, it wasn't a convenience store like you'd think like 7-Eleven, but they sold soda. They sold some things, cigarettes, and miscellaneous things that you would normally go somewhere else though. But he was like a precursor to like what you would consider a gas station convenience store place like now. But he ran them all until like I think it was 1990, and then he sold all of it off, all of his gas stations off, and he ended up buying a lake in upstate Minnesota. It's up towards Hackensack, but it's about 30 miles 30 miles south of Hackensack. But he bought an entire lake and all the property around the lake. And then if you wanted to go there to fish, you had to pay him to go out on the lake. If you wanted gasoline, you had to pay him. Hi, Didi. I haven't seen Chatterbox in here. Didi. Our gas here in South Texas has gone up to $2.65 a gallon due to the Suez Canal blockage. Has it gone up for a little bit of Sandra? Welcome, by the way. I hope you've been doing well. But little bit of Sandra, $2.65. Wow. We're paying $3.54 where I am. That's how much we're paying per gallon. $3.54. I know, because I just filled up my truck yesterday morning. $3.54 per gallon. I would love to pay $2.60. Anything in a $2 price range would be awesome. It's $3.05 for regular where you're at. Thank you for the super chat, Billy Jones. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. $2.59 there. Yeah, but I live in Washington State. We have what's called the highest sin tax. They tax us to death here, so don't ever move here. But they tax us on everything: tobacco, alcohol, gasoline. The taxes are just insane. And on top of the other, your taxes that goes to the state. We have county and city taxes that are on top of that. Like we have a criminal justice like a bond that passed. So I think 10 cents per gallon of that money. So let's just say it was $3. The price of gas, it would be $3.10 because 10 cents of every gallon of gasoline that is sold here where I live goes to pay for the bond on the for the criminal justice. Does YouTube take a cut from membership profits? Brooks, yes, they take a cut on everything. That's just the facts of it. There is nothing that YouTube doesn't get their little greedy hands in and take. King County, S&J. No, I'm on the other side of the state from King County, but it's pretty bad up there too, because that's where I think no, Tim is in Snohomish County, but King County's pretty bad too. But here on the east, I'm on the east side of the state, other side of the Cascades. If you go to a weed dispensary and spend $100, you pay $80 in taxes. So it'll be $180 for an eighth. Wow, that's insane, Jennifer. I don't go to the dispensary. I don't smoke marijuana, but I don't have anything against it. Smoke them if you got them, man. I don't care. As long as you're an adult, smoke them up. But our dispensary, I don't think it's that bad, because I every once in a while I have to take my be my wife's stepfather. I take him to the local dispensary here, and he buys the pre-rolled and the edibles. But he's not spending anywhere near like that much. Seems like that just looking around at the stuff, it looked like it was pretty reasonably priced. I had a friend that lived in Seattle, and she said it was super expensive. Yeah, well, it can. What you don't want to live in Seattle and buy is property. It's absolutely insane for what goes for $1 million in the Seattle, like West Seattle area. For $1 million, you can move over to the other side of the state and build a giant luxury home. YouTube takes from all creators like a pimp. Better to donate through PayPal. This is true, but PayPal takes a little cut too. If you buy med, you don't get taxed. Oh, if you buy medical marijuana where you are, Jennifer? Oh. S&J, average Seattle. Well, where I live, you can grow, I think it's three of your own plants for your own use. You can't sell it, you can't give it away, but you can grow, marijuana for your own use here where I live. Because we have recreational and we have medical, and that's the entire state of Washington. We have anybody can get it. You can buy marijuana. You don't even have to go to a dispensary. You can go to 7-Eleven and get it. Go to 7-Eleven. You can't buy hard alcohol at 7-Eleven like you can in California, but you can go to 7-Eleven and get a 24 pack of beer, and a little jar of pre-rolled joints, and a couple bags of Cheetos. Have a great day. Here in Georgia, it costs $1 million to get a permit to be a commercial grower. That's a lot. My dad used to own a lot of shoreline on Forest Lake, sold it for pennies. Today it'd be worth millions. S&J, my friend, my wife, she grew up with my wife, but we're both pretty much equal friends with her. But she lived in West Seattle, and her husband bought their house. I think they paid $230,000 for the house, and it needed a lot of work. The landscaping and everything else had to be completely overhauled. It was just a dump on the outside of the house, but the inside was okay structurally, but it needed a lot of work to be upgraded. It was all like 1970s, inside. It still had green shag carpet in the living room, but they put almost another 100,000 into remodeling and cleaning the place up and getting it fixed up to move into. They bought it just before they got married, so figure they're $330,000 into the home. And they sold their house. I think it was so that'd be like a year, almost 2 years ago. They sold it, and it sold for just over $700,000. They had the house for 5 years. In 5 years, it doubled in value. That's insane. Remember, if it's at $700,000 is what it sells for, the property value, you have to pay the taxes on that. That's insane. But they ended up moving to Everett. Here in Oklahoma, I've heard it's easy to get a medical card, no personal experience. I heard that everyone else just smokes their relatives' medical supply. Didn't know that. Illinois is messing up legalized marijuana. Illinois' property taxes went up again. To answer your question, hello, sunshine. I wouldn't live in Seattle just because of what they're doing with the defunding of the police department. I wouldn't live there. While everybody else is defunding the police department, we passed a bond issue here to hire more officers and to offer better training. We're doing the opposite of what other people are doing where I live. I bought your house for $65,000 8 years ago in foreclosure. My next door neighbor just sold their house for almost $500,000. So all is looking good for me. Well, I hope. I hope so too, Didi. Yeah, we bought this house. It's got to be almost maybe 2.5 years ago ourselves. The house went up in according to the county, the tax assessor. The house has gone up in value. Not much. I think it was only like $10,000. The place went up in value, but the property itself went up. I'm like, I haven't done anything to improve this place except for paint the what they call those louvers, storm window things. They're decorative outside the windows. Things that, I don't know what the hell they call them. Amazing in the 1950s and never tried any street drugs, even pot. I'll admit, here you guys can hear it here first. I'll admit, I smoked marijuana when I was a teenager, and I liked it, and I inhaled. Yep. I guess I'll never become president. Window shutters, that's what it is. Yeah, the ones we have in our house are just decorative. I took them all off the house and painted them all and then put them all back up, which was super sketchy, man, especially with the ladder that I have. A big, it was tall enough to get up to the second story windows to put them on and take them off, but bounces. Thought for sure I was going to fall off the ladder a couple of times. I don't ever want to do that again. Told my wife next time they need to be painted or cleaned or anything. If I can't do it from down below, I'm not doing it. You're medicating right now. It's a crying shame. Puff, puff, pass. Chris Kelly. Welcome to the stream, Chris Kelly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to wrap up the stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight again for crime trivia. If you have a suggestion, wait until after the video is done or put it down below in the comment section. If you have a suggestion for a topic for next Sunday's crime trivia, serial killer, or if there's something you'd like to do trivia on, and put it down in the comment section. But don't forget to give this a thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever. If you didn't like the content, don't like me, whatever your reason may be. But thank you, everyone, again for joining me. And in the meantime, until I see you again, have a great week and stay safe out there.